welcome. My name is Jocelyn. This is my channel, and today we're going to be talking about some products that are new or new-ish in the beauty world that maybe I do want to pick up or maybe I want to pass over. Spoiler alert, most of these products I will not be adding to my collection, but some of them I have some multi-thoughts to, so I didn't want to just label this an anti-haul, which is why I'm labeling this video a Will I Buy It. Thank you, Samantha March, for this series. If you have not seen any of Samantha's Will I Buy It videos before, they're amazing, they are great, I love them. I never miss one of those uploads on her channel. She posts every Wednesday about new products in the beauty industry and whether or not she will be picking them up. So I will definitely link her channel down below so you can check those out because they are fantastic. So today, again, a Will I Buy It video. Most of them are eyeshadow palettes because Lord knows the beauty brands love to pump out new eyeshadows, so there's a lot on the market right now. And then I have a couple other things in here. So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. So the first product on my Will I Buy It that we're going to be chatting about today is the new Urban Decay Back Talk palette. This is actually really new. Let me pull that up. I am going to be looking at Trend Mood. Samantha does the same thing because she's always posting about new products and updates. I will also link Trend Mood's Instagram down below. Okay, this palette I actually was showed by a friend first a couple weeks ago, and I'll be honest, when I first saw it, I was kind of like, meh. It didn't look like anything super special. It really reminded me strongly of the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, which is very rosy toned, and I didn't have a really good first reaction to it. Yes, I thought it was pretty, but it didn't really grab me the way I wanted it to. Looking at it now, it is really pretty. It has some really pretty soft pinks and purples. So on one side is the eyeshadow palette part, and then on the other side is the cheek palette part. So it looks like there's 2 blushes and 2 highlighters, I want to say. And like, so it didn't grab me when I first saw it, but when I actually look at it, this makes me think, why wouldn't I want this? It's exactly my color scheme. It has some really pretty blushes in there. It has some really pretty highlighters in there. I mean, the eyeshadows look really pretty. Why don't I want this? I don't know. And I don't want to like force myself to want something either, because I'm not about that. I don't see a price on here. If I can find the price by the time this video goes up, I will put it on the screen so that you know what it is. But again, this is the Urban Decay Back Talk palette. At this point right now in my life, I do not want it. I will not be buying it. The only thing that could change that is if I go in stores, swatch it, and 100% like it, and I'm just like, yep, nope, I definitely need this, which doesn't happen all that often. Normally, I'm pretty good at talking myself out of something that I don't think I need, but there's like, God, I don't even know. I don't want this right now because, again, it reminds me of a lot of things I already have in my collection, specifically the Urban Decay Naked 3, because there's a lot of similar shades in here. The fact that it's these really pretty eyeshadows and a face palette that looks like all tones that I could wear on my face, that makes me think, maybe, but right now it's a no-go. So the next palette we have is also a brand new palette. I did see this in stores once when I was on a trip, and this is the Tarte Be a Mermaid Make Waves palette. I think that's what the title of this is. I could be totally wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So on first glance, this did catch my eye because I just thought, this is beautiful. And which is kind of funny because in one of my last videos, which I think might have been an anti-haul, I was talking about how I just was over the mermaid trend and the holographic trend and all of that. And of course, I'm looking at this and thinking, wow, I could sure use that. Somebody, I don't remember who it was saying if you cover up the bottom 3 blue shades, the rest of the palette is pretty meh. And while I can see their point, I really love the rest of the palette. Like the Back Talk palette from Urban Decay didn't catch my attention. This palette, if you disclude the 3 blue shades, have a lot of those same tones. It's a lot of rosy tones, a couple of gold shades in there, and they look really pretty. The one thing that I don't like is the packaging, sort of. So for some reason, I don't like that the outside of it, the shell part, is like this foam material. It's not like a glossy material. See, I think I would have really liked it if it was all like a, God, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, like an acrylic, holographic, really pretty shell look. look instead of this like foamy, childish, I don't know, it just doesn't look very high quality to me for some reason. It just looks very childish, which kind of turns me off of the palette. This palette's $42. It has 14 different shades, matte shimmer and duochrome, and it looks pretty. I've got to be honest, it looks really pretty. And what I think is that I would not purchase this for $42. I don't think I would purchase this for full price. If it ever goes on sale, I think I would, like 80%, there's an 80% chance that I would pick it up because it is something that I think I would really like. I mean, the shade pans are kind of weird because they're in this like shell formation. So it's like, I don't absolutely love that. I wish that when I had seen it in stores, I would have swatched it so I could have gotten a better idea of like how it's swatched on my skin and looks in person. Do I think the shades are pretty? Yeah. Definitely. Do I love the packaging? No, not really. It's not the worst, but again, it looks very childish to me. Do I want to pay $42 for it? No. No, I don't. So that's where I stand on that product. Next, we have another eyeshadow palette, but instead of $42, this one is $129, which is quite a big difference. So this, I mean, you probably guessed just from that price tag, is a Natasha Denona palette, and this is her Tropic palette. And I don't have any Natasha Denona palettes. The most expensive eyeshadow palette I have is from Huda Beauty, and it is her Desert Dusk palette, which I love. I always, whenever I see a Natasha Denona palette, I always just think, nope, not gonna do it, not gonna buy it, because it's again $129, and that is a lot of money. So okay, this is a will I buy it, and will I spend $129? No. I will not spend $129. Do I want this palette? Yeah, I think I do. I think I would really like this palette. I mean, this is another thing, is I would want to see more reviews on this palette. I haven't seen any yet to see, because I really like that bottom row. So it looks like in this palette, the top row is all transitions, and maybe 3 of the shades in the bottom row or the middle row are transition. And then we have 2 shimmery colors, and then the whole bottom row is this really pretty colorful row. It's got blues, greens, a purple, and like an icy blue, and I just think they're so pretty. But $129, no, I won't be spending that much money. However, again, I won't spend $129 on it. This is something that I would consider spending money on if either I had a gift card where I could pay for a lot of this, or potentially the VIB sale. Like if I really didn't buy anything else that I wanted, I would consider buying, like this being my one big purchase for the VIB sale. So that's kind of my answers there. I will not be buying it for $129. No thank you, no way, too much money. I think it's beautiful. I think it's very wearable for every day, but you also have that bottom row that gives you a lot of creativity options, and you could be really inspired. But it also, again, kind of like I mentioned and touched on earlier, this is something I would want to see more reviews on, because I mean, the swatches look beautiful, but I don't really care about swatches. I want to know how it works on the eyes. If I'm going to be spending that much money, I want to know that I'm getting my money's worth. Moving on, the next item is actually a highlighter, and this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy highlight, which kind of blew up. So the packaging and the actual pan is really pretty. It's like this desert dunes kind of formation, and I think it looks really pretty, but I immediately, when I saw this, I thought that's not gonna work for me. I have some highlighters in my collection already that are just a touch too dark that I'm hardly ever going to get to use. So why would I add another one that I'm hardly ever gonna get to use? It's a beautiful highlighter, and it's gonna look amazing on a lot of people's skin tones, and I've seen really great reviews, but it's something I'm just not interested in. I'm not gonna buy something that is super hyped up and super beautiful because everybody else is buying it. I wanna buy things that actually work for me, which I think is really hard for a lot of people, because we have this mentality that we need to buy the things that are in style or hyped up at the moment or any of that. I'm not about it. I'm not gonna do it. Even if Amrezy was someone who I followed religiously and absolutely loved, I still want to say I wouldn't buy it, because it's not gonna work for me. I'm not gonna spend my money on something that I'm not gonna be able to use, or I'm not gonna really have an interest in using. Next, we have one that I'm very on the fence about. So this is another product by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is their new eyeshadow palette. So this is of course the Soft Glam palette, and I'm leaning towards the I don't need this, because it's so basic looking, and which just sucks because I love Anastasia palettes. I mean, okay, let's not get that twisted. I have 2 palettes. I have the Modern Renaissance, of course, and the Master palette by Mario. So I have both of those, and I really like them, but we also had those 2 other ones that were kind of a flop. So the Subculture and the most recent one, Prism, the Prism palette, right? But I mean, this palette looks very generic like the Modern Renaissance, not generic like the Modern Renaissance, but soft glam, exactly how it says. And it just, I'm pretty certain I could dupe all of those shades in my collection. So why would I need a palette? And I really do not like the packaging. It's like this mustard yellow that doesn't scream soft glam to me. What were you going for there? I think maybe like a lilac color would have been really pretty, like a really light pink. I mean, but the Modern Renaissance was a light pink, so maybe like a light purple or like a really light red or something, but I don't quite understand the mustard yellow. Not really my thing, but I mean, that shouldn't deter me from buying something that if I really wanted it, but I just don't think I really want it. Okay, so moving on, we have a foundation, and this is actually kind of interesting because I had this foundation on my wish list for a long time, and I really thought I was gonna buy it. I was like this close to buying it when it first came out, and then the reviews started coming in, which you gotta wait for the reviews. Like, that's why people get products first. I'm not normally the kind of person that immediately jumps on something and buys it before the reviews start coming in, because I want to make sure. I don't also like returning things. I'm one of those people that just gets real weird about that. So long story short, the foundation that I'm talking about is the Marc Jacobs Shameless foundation, and it is $46. Not super cheap, but not super expensive for high end. And the reviews are just so bad. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just not gonna risk it. So many people with oily skin, with dry skin, with combination skin, it doesn't seem like very many people are liking it, which is unfortunate. I like the tube that it comes in. I think it's kind of very, I don't know, it just floats my boat basically. And I have a friend who works for a Sephora inside JCPenney, and she said that she's had a lot of people return that foundation because so many people just don't like it. And so I'm really glad I didn't buy this, and I will not be buying it because I'm not about to try something that's that expensive and that so many people have already been like, nope, not good. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is an entire collection, and this is the Wet n Wild Goth Graphic collection. I can see why this is appealing to some people. I mean, the goth trend isn't really something that a lot of brands have dabbled in as of right now. So there's a lot of things in this collection. We've got a lot of, looks like metallic liquid lipsticks, what is this? A powder, a Moon Tears powder. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a highlight. Oh, here we go. So, okay, so there's two Mega Glow highlighting powders for $4.99 each. There's like a icy white one and like a pink one. It looks very pink. There's a Mega Glow highlighting stick for $6.99. Loose highlighting powder, oh, that's what that is. Okay, a Moon Tears for $6.99. There's eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadow, the liquid lipsticks, metallic liquid eyeliner, and you can get the whole collection in a Goth graphic box for $39.99. I don't wear liquid lipsticks for one, so I wouldn't be interested in those. I have highlighters from Wet n Wild, which I absolutely love, but I don't think I would use either of these two. The eyeliners, I have no interest in those, and then the liquid eyeshadow, I don't have any interest in any of those colors. So, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I'm sure that there's some people that this would really appeal to, but that isn't me. I'm not interested in any of this. I do like Wet n Wild, but I will not be picking any of these up. Long story short. So next is a brand new product, and it's not real. I mean, it's from a beauty brand, I think, and it's okay. So like most people, I don't understand this, and this is Tati Westbrook's Halo Beauty. And I mean, this has been probably so much talked about by now, but she, instead of makeup or skincare or hair care even, she released a vitamin. To be honest, I always feel like I need help growing my hair. I don't have the best skin in the world, and my nails get brittle at the end. So this is something that, if it worked, I could be interested in. But I mean, for one, I have a hard enough time remembering to take vitamins as it is. I'm always forgetting. So chances are it's not gonna work if you don't take it religiously every single day. And it's not super cheap. It's like $39.95 every month, which, I mean, for a lot of people, that's not gonna be cheap. That's not gonna be doable. But I'm not gonna hate on it too much because I don't know that much about it. I know she put a lot of time, effort, and energy to it, and I really hope she's successful in that because, you know, anybody who puts that much passion, time, money, and effort into something, I want to pay off for them. I appreciate the hustle, and I'm all here for that, but personally, I'm not gonna be buying that. I'm not here for that. I don't think it would work for me because I have a hard time remembering to take vitamins. I do think that the packaging is really cute on this. It's this frosty container, and I think it has a white cap on it. No, it's got like a, I think, copper cap on it, and then there are these bright, like a bubblegum pink capsules. I think the packaging is really cute on these vitamins, but I can't do it. So the last product we're gonna be talking about today is the Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat Palette. And when I first saw this palette, I thought, yeah, all right, I might be here for this. But then the more I looked at it, the more I thought, wait, isn't that like exactly like the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, like the full palette? And sure enough, almost all of those shades are able to be duped in that palette. I don't need to talk too much about this because obviously I'm not gonna buy it. I already have the Naked Heat palette. Who I think this might be good for is someone who didn't pick up the Naked Heat palette and who really likes warm shadows. But then again, if you like warm shadows, you probably would have picked up the Naked Heat. So I'm not going to be buying it because I just have no interest in this. I have the Naked Heat. I don't need the Naked Petite Heat. I don't need it. I'm not going to buy it. So those are all the products I'm going to talk to you about today in this will I buy it. I mean, honestly, it was kind of more like an anti-haul because nothing I think I'm going to actually pick up, except there was a couple products where I thought I would potentially purchase at a discounted rate. So that Tarte palette and the Natasha Denona palette, and then also potentially the Soft Glam, but probably not because, again, I can probably dupe all of those shades, and so why would I buy shades I already have? Are there any of these products that you are interested in picking up to add to your collection? Do you agree with me on any of these points? I would love to know in the comments down below. We could have a conversation down there. And if you liked this video, don't forget to click that like button down below and give me a big thumbs up because I like it when you like my videos. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.